Marianne intently watched her husband Ralph in the kitchen. What is he doing there? He never cooks. He never even goes to the kitchen. She saw him pouring something into one of the bowls. What is that? That night, as he served her, Marianne silently sat there, watching him eat. You're not going to eat? No, I'm not hungry. She anxiously waited for him to finish before she took her bowl out to the back and dumped everything into the trash. The next morning, she had an awful headache. She couldn't sleep thinking about everything that had been going on. Making herself a cup of coffee, she went out to her patio, where she was shocked to find the cat lifeless on the ground. It ate the food, so I wasn't wrong. He is trying to take my life. Marianne is the only daughter of her parents. From a very young age, she was diagnosed with some mental health issues and had been under treatment. Her mother passed away when she was only 7. Marianne's condition has been unstable throughout the years. When her symptoms would increase, she would have to stay in a mental asylum. But for the last 10 years, she has been better. She didn't need to stay at the asylum, but she has been on medication. Due to her condition, Marianne has never been in an intimate relationship in her adult years. But now that she was better, she was seeking a relationship. After her father's death, she inherited their family home and ran her father's store. And that's where she met Ralph. Ralph was in his late 30s. He had gone through an awful divorce at the time, and often he used to come to the store in the late evenings for coffee. He and Marianne used to talk and soon developed feelings for each other, and eventually got married. And it had been 6 years since. Marianne and Ralph didn't have any children, as Marianne was unable to conceive due to the heavy medications she had been taking for years. But this wasn't an issue in their relationship. However, recently, Marianne had noticed a change in Ralph. Suddenly, he was putting a lot of effort in appearing young, grooming his beard and dyeing his gray hair. Ralph worked at a factory for long hours. But even then, he was hanging out with his friends more often and coming home late, and his relationship with Marianne had become distant. When they had first met, Marianne thought they were perfect for each other because they were both broken. But as the years passed, she realized Ralph had never been in love with her. Rather, he married her because they could benefit and support each other. But now, it was as if no longer had any importance in his life. And in these past months, Marianne had noticed something even stranger. Whenever Ralph spoke with their relatives or family friends, he always told them she was unwell. But Marianne knew she wasn't unwell. But why wouldn't people believe him? And now, Marianne is sure that Ralph is trying to take her life. Sorry, Marianne, I'm late. It's okay. This is Haley. Marianne hired her to help run the store so things would be easier on her. She has been working here for the past 2 years, and they have become best friends. Marianne's only friend. Haley set up the breakfast bar and brewed 2 cups of coffee and brought it to Marianne. Decaf, the way you like it. Haley watched as Marianne quietly stirred the coffee around. Is everything alright with you? Why? Recently you've been coming to the store more often and it seems like something is bothering you. No, it's not about the store. Then what's bothering you? It's Ralph. Ralph? Is he alright? I think he's trying to take my life. What? No, he would never do that. He loves you. No, he is trying to take my life. And how did you come to that conclusion? I saw him put something in my food, Haley. Maybe you're misunderstanding something. It could have been anything. I threw the food away and found a lifeless cat over it the next day. What? It could be a coincidence. Marianne, there could be other explanations as well. No, this isn't the first time. About 2 weeks ago, I was home alone. Ralph had cleared the attic that morning. And because of my dust allergy, I had an asthma attack. I always keep backup inhalers, but all of the inhalers in the house were empty. I finally found one in my car. Otherwise, I would have passed away that day. I clearly remember, Haley, all the inhalers were full. Marianne, I think you were just overthinking it. Those inhalers weren't brand new. I've seen you using them now and then. All of them. And all of them got finished at the same time? Maybe they got finished and you just didn't notice. No, Haley, I know what he's up to. He wants to get rid of me and own my house and my business. But I won't let that happen. I should go now. Haley watched as Marianne got up and went behind the register. She took out a box of rat poison and put it in her bag before she headed out. Marianne. What? Nothing. That evening, it began to snow. Ralph was at home, unlike other days. It was the perfect opportunity. After so many days, we're spending the evening together. Would you like some coffee? Sure. Marianne brought 2 mugs of coffee, pouring out the water and stirring in the sugar, before she served Ralph. The weather is so nice out. Is the coffee good? Yes, it's nice. Of course it's nice. I know how much you like rat poison, so I made it with that. The look on Ralph's face suddenly changed as he put down the mug. What? What did you put in this? The same thing you tried to put in my food. That day, I found the package in the trash, Ralph. Marianne, that was for the attic. There were rats in the attic. Don't lie. It wasn't for the attic. What did you think? You would try to kill me for my property and I would let it go? Have you gone crazy? I would never try to take your life. Ralph felt a wrenching pain in his stomach. He fell to his knees and began coughing up blood. "Marianne, call 911. But Marianne simply stood there. "Marianne, call..." She watched as Ralph fell to the ground, wringing in pain, begging to her. But she took delight in his misery. He deserved this. But all of a sudden, Marianne froze, hearing police sirens outside. Where did the police come from? Just at the right moment, paramedics barged into the house and found Ralph in a horrible condition. "He's breathing! He's alive!" The crew immediately took Ralph to the hospital and Marianne for questioning. Ralph got his stomach pumped, and after a few hours, regained his senses and was recovering. "You're very fortunate. We got an anonymous call reporting us to your house. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to save you. But how did you get poisoned?" "Officer, it was my wife, Marianne. She stirred rat poison into the coffee. But it wasn't her fault. She has mental health issues." In the investigation, rat poison was indeed detected in Ralph's coffee, but he did not press charges against Marianne. However, in the light of her mental health, she was taken to the asylum for treatment. How are you feeling? "You almost killed me." "No, because of me, you're alive." It was true. Ralph had tried to take Marianne's life. And the plan all started when he and Haley had gotten into a relationship. What are we going to do about Marianne? Divorcing her would mean losing out on that property and this business. But if we can get rid of her, everything will come in my name, and we could be settled. No, concealing her death will be difficult. We have to be smarter. What if she finds out you're trying to take her life? Knowing her, she would certainly try to do the same thing to you. So with Haley's help, Ralph started to leave behind clues that would make Marianne suspicious of him. That day, they had intentionally emptied out all the inhalers, except for one in the car. The incident traumatized Marianne, and she started to get suspicious. And that night, Ralph had deliberately mixed rat poison in her food when he knew she was watching. Finally, when Marianne was convinced of the scheme against her, she opened up to Haley about it. And in turn, Haley warned Ralph. "She took the rat poison. She might give it to you, so watch out. Don't eat too much of anything she gives you, just enough to fall sick. Don't worry, I'll be fine." Haley then called the police and sent them to Marianne's place on a false report, saving Ralph. After so many years, Marianne was once again locked away. And now Ralph could do anything he wanted with her wealth and property. It's so nice out today. Yeah, it's snowing just like that day. You know something? Let's have coffee. Coffee? Again? Are you sure? Yeah, but make it in front of me. Haley chuckled as she brought out the tray. Here is your coffee, And just plain hot water and a spoon of sugar. How about 2? As you can see, I didn't put anything else in it. And I'm also drinking it myself, so no need to be suspicious. Ralph and Haley enjoyed their coffee, rejoicing at their success. But just a while later, Haley felt a sharp pain in her stomach. "Ralph, are you feeling something?" "Yeah, it feels a little strange." In just minutes, the two began coughing up blood and suffering from tremendous pain. They felt like they would pass out as everything started to go black. Haley collapsed to the floor, but Ralph barely managed to call 911. Help! But by the time help arrived, both Ralph and Haley had passed away. The police were shocked by both Ralph and Haley's death, and in the investigation that followed, the forensic team discovered the cause of their death was from rat poison. How did they get poisoned again? That day, Marianne did not poison Ralph's coffee. She had put the rat poison in the sugar. It was probably not intentional. It happened by mistake. "Marianne, your test came back positive." "Thank you, doctor. You don't have to stay here anymore. You can go back home." After receiving treatment for 2 months at the asylum, doctors confirmed Marianne's health condition had improved and she was released. And finally, Marianne returned to her home and her life. Soon, I'll also be a mother. A life is growing inside me. I'm never going to be lonely again. I'm going to love him more than anything. Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting.